Hey everyone, I've had a few requests for this video, so I wanted to share with you today a little bit about somatic experiencing and its use in healing trauma. So there are a lot of different approaches to healing trauma depending on, the kind of school of thought you're in, or whether it's more of the, kind of traditional cognitive therapies or talk therapies, or there's kind of the alternative energy therapies, those kind of things. And I think that's great. The more tools that we have, the better. So one of the things that has really stood out to me in my studies and my own healing experiences is something called somatic experiencing. So for me, as a coach that works primarily with embodiment, this modality really made a lot of sense to me. So somatic experiencing is, I guess, a relatively new form of therapy, kind of based on the idea that, if we were to look at animals in nature, animals are not traumatized by their experiences, right? They are able to experience or come across a lot of really terrible, scary, hard situations in life, but they aren't showing behaviors of PTSD. So when we think about how every other animal besides humans interacts with their environment, they can, notice, respond to, and release, anything that happens to them. So somatic experiencing, again, is soma, relating to the body. So this is a very embodied practice. This is a very physically centered approach to healing healing trauma. So, and this really, like I said, made a lot of sense to me as an embodiment coach, but also as a Reiki master and energy healer, because I definitely see energy stuck in the body, and somatic experiencing is a way to release those blocks, those energy blocks from the body. So unlike other forms of therapy, which are, a lot of maybe visualization or talking through things, somatic experiencing is about movement of the physical self. So again, coming back to thinking about animals in nature, when they have a stressful situation, they have ways to diffuse the energy afterwards. And a lot of it's physical. So they shake, they howl, they, run, they do these physical activities. Probably the primary one that I use is shaking, dancing, moving, like, these short, fast kind of movements to diffuse energy from the body. So there's kind of two approaches when working with somatic experiencing. One is to, do it within a safe space, a safe container with a qualified therapist, where you are kind of revisiting some past pain and then being able to move through it, quite literally move through it, as a way to address things from your past. And then the second piece is kind of having these tools in your pocket for when you encounter stressful situations in the future, as a way to, okay, I am going to approach this in a way that I can diffuse the energy physically so it doesn't get stuck in my body, for the future, that I'm gonna have to deal with later. And I think both of those approaches are really key. For my work, I mostly work with the latter because I don't do, I'm not a licensed mental health professional that does therapy, but I definitely love having these tools as a way to experience and move through energy that is stressful, that would otherwise have gotten stuck. So again, somatic experiencing, a way to deal with trauma, not only past trauma and PTSD, but future stresses and traumatic events. And this is based on the body. This is all a physical experience. A lot of people use dance or just kind of interpretive movement, free movement. You don't have to call it dance because that's a very intimidating word for a lot of people. That one is very, very effective. Shaking, like I said, is probably one of the more common ones that I use. Because again, if we look at our animal friends in nature, they get into a fight, an altercation, or any kind of stressful event, you're going to see them shake, especially in, the canine and feline families of animals. And this is a crucial part of the stress response, is, like I said, noticing it, reacting to it, and then diffusing it or resolving it. And we humans have gotten very good at interrupting that cycle. We're not good at really feeling it or processing it, and we're definitely not good at diffusing it or releasing it. So somatic experiencing tools can help us become more empowered to deal with stressful situations, as well as, like I said, within a safe container, being able to diffuse stuck energy that's in the body from past trauma. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about it. Just a little intro. There's a lot out there if you want to do more research on somatic experiencing. There's several books and teachers and I think even like some online courses or training programs if you're a mental health professional that wants to do somatic experiencing. But for me personally, it has made a really big difference in my life, bringing in more of these embodied practices, more of these kind of physically focused practices have been, in my experience, more effective than just kind of the mental based modalities. So I hope this was helpful for you. Again, this is related to the felt sense awareness, which I did make another video about. So that kind of goes hand in hand with somatic experiencing, being able to see, feel, and describe the energy stuck in the body. So I would recommend you check out that video as well. So if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for lots more health and spirituality videos to come. So until then, everyone, take care and be well. Bye.